welcome back to the UIA Trusted Partners Podcast. On today's show, I have a very long overdue, but it was well worth the wait episode for you today. I have Monroe and Jacalin Fine with Alpha Inscriptions. Guys, how are we doing today?
Pretty good.
Doing good?
Good, great, grand, wonderful. Glad to hear it because, like I said, a little long overdue getting you guys in here, but a lot of big changes were in the works, so it didn't make sense until now to get you onto the show. So we'll dive right into things with the easiest question I can ask for all those listeners out there. Can you give us an insight of A, what is Alpha Inscriptions? And B, how long have you been servicing the Omaha area?
Yeah, I'll take that on here. So Alpha Inscriptions do laser engraving, custom gifts, drinkware, promotional items. Just help people rep their brand with their swag.
Yeah.
I like to give out something that shows off what they do.
And we are riddled with it today, which I'm actually really happy about because you guys actually presented to my Center Sphere group a week ago or so. Spoilers for the cameras. But it's really, really cool to see all this stuff in person. Like your website does a great job of framing what you can get. I'm a big look, see, touch, feel person, so I'm trying my best not to touch the set as well.
Do you want to touch one?
Okay, I can touch one. I got permission now. All right, so one of the products, and we are going to be diving through like everybody's product, like what you guys can actually do for individuals. Oh, see, that is very, very cool. I'm going to break the podcast for a moment here. Look at that.
Told you when we present, you can do stuff like that. So.
Yeah, you did. And I think we talked specifically about that little like that rainbow effect on there. So we're going to dive a lot into this. Thank you guys so much. That's so kind of you. I believe, honestly, that's only the second ever gift I've gotten on this show. One of which was James Makowicz's whiskey cherries.
Okay.
If you guys have had those, they're phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
So I told James, I'm like, hey man, you got to give me like a whole like barrel of those. No, thank you guys so much. That's very, very cool. And yes, let's get back on track so we can present what all we're talking about today and what all we can show off for the folks at home. Before I get going too far and the wheels fly off of this thing, you guys are in downtown Ralston.
Yep.
Yeah, just got to downtown Ralston now.
Yep, we were supposed to move in beginning of May, May 1st, and middle of June is when we moved in. Looks amazing though, so
Love that. Gotta go see it. Yes.
And then we're right next to the fire station, and
love it.
where the
Yeah.
post office was.
Okay, yeah. So you're like really right next to downtown right there. Stop in. You can get all of your latest swag items, and we're going to be talking all about those here. Mark, I kind of want to start these questions off with you on this one, then Jacalin will shift over to you for your answer on this. Where did the calling or drive to come from to get into this industry and really start to just throw yourself into a full business like Alpha Inscriptions?
So started back, I used to do like hand slipping on firearms and stuff, and I wanted to get into more of the firearms world.
Yeah.
And looking at like the FFL, doing all the stuff, I did it as a home-based business. There's too many hoops to jump through, and I like some privacy, so with that, I don't get any.
Yeah.
So I kind of pivoted because I like making things. So some mechanic beforehand, and so making things, fixing things, always come natural.
I love that.
Started back in 2017, so about 3 years ago, took the lead and went full time in it. But just been making things for people as well. And the big things in the trucking industry, everybody likes to hand out their promotional items and their swag.
Yep.
Kind of always a gift that people like. So kind of just it was a natural pivot.
Yeah, I like that. I think that kind of helps fuel where this passion comes from, and I can kind of see the purview now behind it because definitely when you're talking about your products and when you're presenting your products to people, you can just tell that passion's there, and it helps me, at least me being a passionate person. Well, I gravitate towards some of those things. Now, Jacalin, my second half of this question though is where were you, or how did it call out to you specifically to join into your role and kind of just tackle it on full force? Because like kind of once you guys kind of made that announcement, like, oh yeah, I think we're coming together on this, and then it was bam, everything's going and we're all moving.
Yeah. So you already know that I was helping him on the administrative side of things. So we were doing that for a few months and saw the potential in it. He was scaling a lot, saw all of that on the back end of it, and it just made sense.
Yeah.
It was a spot that he needed, and it made sense on my side. So just kind of went straight into it.
I love it. I know you and I had actually talked about doing a podcast for you before Alpha, and right about the point we were going to sit down in the chair, you're like, something's come up, so I'm going to have to put a pause on this. And then, maybe about a month or two later, we kind of start hearing announcements for it. So fantastic. Congratulations again for stepping into that.
You were one of the first people to actually know that was happening too.
I wasn't going to throw anything out. I was like, I don't want to be the inside track here.
I think I remember telling you, I'm like, don't tell anybody yet.
Right, we'll wait until the official word.
Yeah.
Yes, no, I thought that was such a great idea, seeing both of you come together too. I'm like, yep, it makes a lot of sense. So happy to see it.
So it definitely helped out on me.
Love that.
I was running nonstop, so it allowed me to take a break on some of the back half of everything, focus more on production. So.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of what I was doing, we'll actually plan on bringing on later.
Oh,
as
nice.
we scale even more. So
love that.
It's like this whole strategic plan that we have.
I love that. So big future plans to come. And then that's got to also help with the work-life balance too, being able to have Jacalin kind of step into this role here for you.
What's the work-life balance?
I know, never heard of it.
I don't even know what day of the week it is right now, to be honest.
They all kind of just blend together these days. Is the sun up or down is all I need to know. It's a Monday.
Yeah, said it was Mondays, I think.
I think so. I think the camera says Monday. We better hope, or else this is going to be a long day.
I love to joke with people because back in December, I think you were getting, 2 hours of sleep every night?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Jeez.
that's when, we were really, I was tackling a lot on the Fine Solutions side.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, now he gets sleep, but I don't.
My, how the turntables.
Oh, yeah.
No, I love that, and I love how it is such a fun dynamic between the two of you, especially when you guys are out at networking events. Well, little spoiler peek behind the curtain. I can't talk today. It's Monday. If you're out and about at networking events, you'll kind of catch this on too. And how you guys kind of tackle a room is very interesting if you both happen to be at the same event, but. A lot of times I feel like, when teams go to networking, they kind of stay teamed and they just walk through like an iceberg, and it's like, no, you guys are other sides of the room, and then circle back, and we'll see it at the end of the day. So I do appreciate certain aspects that you guys' dynamic does bring to your business as well. Now, out of my center here, you kind of mentioned a few different things, and something that stuck with me, and I wanted to bring this up on the show, was actually when it comes to something like Alpha Inscriptions, creativity seems to be the biggest limiting factor for a lot of things. Obviously, there's going to be some mechanical limitations.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy to try to find him. I'm going to say that right now. Don't be that guy to try to find him. But I'm a little curious from your perspective. Do you think being more creative about designs and then needing to scale that back is easier to work with rather than a simplistic design that needs extra character added to it?
It kind of goes back and forth. Mm-hmm. Sometimes less is more when it comes to engraving. It depends what the message is that you're trying to go with.
Fair enough.
So one of the big things I do when I'm making things is I like to sit down people. Mm-hmm. Don't do a whole lot of the online orders. I'm more in person because I want to figure out what you're trying to convey. So that's how we look at the creativity aspect of it is what is the message? What are you going for?
Mm-hmm.
How can I help you rep your brand and your message all at the same time so it looks uniform?
Yeah.
So cutting board here. These are houses that realtors will sell. Mm-hmm. Send me a photo of the house and it comes with their name and everything else on it, and it's customized to that person. That it's unique to them. It isn't just something you can go out and just buy off Etsy.
Right.
And
you'll get it maybe in a month.
Yeah,
if you're lucky, maybe in a month.
Usually not the way you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's usually about this big.
I will say on the wedding aspect of it, I've done a lot of wedding rework because of Etsy purchases.
Oh goodness! Yeah. Well, hey, you become the savior then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely hits you on a time crunch.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of those are like, oh yeah, by the way, this wedding is tomorrow.
Right. It's about a week.
Okay. At least they're giving you a week.
Yeah.
That's nice of them. But I do, and we'll kind of talk into it here in just a little bit here about what all you're able to really go into and decorate and ornate. I just want to highlight for our business minds at home, what a phenomenal thing to put into somebody's home. As a realtor, here's a brand new wood cutting board that tend to be a little expensive for certain calibers of them, we'll put it that way. But a nice handmade one with your home, your purchase date, that personal touch for your client. Just throwing that out there. That's a pretty smart idea. So
I hear it usually brings tears to their eyes. So
I mean, it's got to, right? I mean, that's a captured moment for them to have. That's such a cool thing, especially being part of a first purchase. That's one of the biggest things you'll ever do in your life. They say is purchase your own home. So definitely a very cool
What
side
I
of
really
things.
like about those is that the house numbers on it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like really personal.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, I moved away, 25 years ago. This was my first home. Then I found this in a box somewhere. I mean, what a cool thing to kind of have to think about in the future, we'll put it that way. Now, can't let it slide. On your website, I scared you guys for a minute. No, I'm just kidding. I had to scare you guys with the tone there.
I was going to blame it on her.
It's all Jacqueline's fault. That you have no minimums and no setup fees for your clients. So it's all Jacqueline's fault that you don't have any of those.
Oh, yeah, totally. It was not made like 8 years ago.
Right. Now that comes to the engraving side. I did want to specify that. I didn't know if that fell anywhere else, but specifically for the engraving side that comes to. And now, is that just for glass items, or is that everything engravable that you can do?
It's everything we do in-house.
I love that.
The engraving and everything. Anything we do in-house, I don't have the setups and minimums.
I love that. Because that's super, super inviting, especially for smaller organizations or maybe some family events that are going on. Like that makes it really nice and open. So I do love that. Wanted to highlight that for the people at home because that is so important to know. Of course, have to mention, speaking of products, you got around 70 of them, if I read that right on your website. And that's just the engravable thing I was reading out there. About 70, roughly?
Oh, there's way more than that.
You got to update your website.
We just migrated the website. So
That's right.
In progress also.
I forgot all about that.
That's, we're still adding, but that's one of the reasons that we do the sit down and meet with you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's millions of things you can do.
Yeah, and you guys were talking about
you can't
presenting
put
catalog.
everything on there that you'd want. So that's why I try to figure out what the event is, what the look, the aesthetics, all the time
Right.
to play, because we can kind of tailor everything. If you want a gift basket to just a company item that you're looking to go out to all your
We
employees.
just did a wooden bowl. Like, we had to specifically go out and shop for this wooden bowl for this realtor. So, like,
Found the wooden bowl.
They want a specific bowl for popcorn, like popcorn bowl.
Really?
yeah, flat bottom, wooden. Do you know how expensive wooden bowls are?
Yeah, I do actually. I ran into one. I kind of laughed. I was like, "Oh yeah, we'll just pick up a little cheap wooden bowl. That's fine." Okay, $58 and some odd tax later for a bowl this big. No, I get that. Plus, again, you get some amazing, beautiful crafted items like these on tumblers. I do love it. I got to stop playing with things and keep focusing here. But I do like the fact that you guys have that wide of a plethora. To me, and kind of how I can tie together with how it reminds me of actually my dad back home. Growing up with him, we were in carpentry construction. So he had tile samples and paint samples and siding samples just stacked everywhere and books of it. And every time I'd ask him, well, why don't you bring any of these to your job? And he goes, well, it's easier for me to meet with them. They sit down with me. I grab the right books after I meet with them, and then we follow up with it. Yeah. So it just reminded me of that in a sense, too, that it's a smarter, not harder tactic. And I'm appreciative of it for sure. And I'm sure our customers and your future customers at home are appreciative of that, too. Of like, well, what do you think you have in mind? Because, 1 through 1,000 over here on the website order, we got the options. What do you want?
Actually, when you direct people to the website, a lot of times they hear it's overwhelming because there's so many things.
There's a lot of stuff on that. I was kind of scrolling through, but I'm ADD, so I'm like a squirrel. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. So I had to limit my questions back because I was like, I don't want to talk about all these.
Well, some goes into the efficiency because being a mechanic for so long,
Sure.
I was efficiency based, so I was all like, how do you do it in the least amount of steps and the most efficient time? So that's actually one of the nice things that she brought on programs is one of the ways we track our jobs. Actually, take the time clock aspect that I had in the shop and it's utilized in our shop.
I like that. How did you break that down for? I'm just a little curious about the behind the scene.
So I specialized in processes and streamlining things before, but from that, I always tailored it to the person. So he had the mechanic and the blue collar background. I worked a lot in construction, so I did project management.
We all grew up in construction. What a weird world. We all grew up in construction, and here we are later.
But I have a lot of background in a lot of things. So like healthcare, a lot of construction, I knew all the different ways that people liked doing things.
Right.
A lot of old white guys that only did paper. So
I was like, you sound like my dad there. Like, if it's not on paper, he hates to read it.
I know how to do that process though.
Yeah.
So I can figure it out and I can get you there. But luckily, he was technology all the way.
That's a step ahead of the most. I'll give you the A+ credit there.
I don't think I could be here otherwise.
Well, I'm pretty tech savvy.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be with the lasers.
Oh, that and
It is surprising.
coming out of the working on trucks and stuff, there's so many computers and wiring, because electronics kind of one of the things that we had. So
Nice. And you said you were a diesel mech back in the day? Right on, man. That's a tough field. Hands off to you. Even going into that field to start, that's a tough field. Now, of course, once you're able to find one of your amazing products that you do narrow it down on, if I've got something that, I've got this order placed with you, you're going to be doing this batch with me, but I've got this one of one sitting over here. I've got this special item to me and my family. Is there anything you could do that to help bring that item to life or help a memorial kind of happen?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So I actually just did that a couple months ago. There's a World War II bell that brought back, casted bell, and they wanted his rank, name, insignia, and time that he served over there. And so, but it's hard because you got to go through it and test everything out. It's get it something that's similar in the material, so you can try to make sure you get the right depth and everything else in there. Because when you get some of those, you get one chance. So it's permanent. That's why our slogan is we make lasting impressions, because it's a permanent impression. So you got to get it tailored right to the object.
Yeah. Was that a big challenge? Because cast is weird.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing, the depths, everything were perfect. Mm-hmm. The only difference is the different materials that were poured, so you get a little bit of color change.
Which kind of makes it cool in a sense, too. It gives a little extra little detail that you didn't even plan in for. So, I do like that. And I did want to lay up that story there for you, because I think that is such a unique thing to be able to do. Just thinking about how many parts of my family, firefighters to police to army, et cetera, where that could be a benefit to them, and to have something about them be very, very cool. I wanted to make a mention for that for our viewers at home, because I know everybody's got that weird little one-on-one trinket that they like to present and show off for everybody. But then they've got to tell the story for an hour and a half of why that's there. So help your story go a little smoother. But now social media, can't forget about it, because it is everywhere. It is almost as if it is a vein now into the brain. And we got to know, where can we come follow you and find you on social media?
LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it. Yeah. We don't do a lot of transition videos of the engravings or anything. So if we did that, probably TikTok. But
that's a future task.
There is a TikTok. There are a few videos out there.
Nice.
I slack on getting more up on there, but I did it here and there when I get time. I'll play around and make some.
It's a task. That is one of those things. I give our social media credit, or basically we have a team that manages it. Yeah. I give them credit, because we're on things that I don't know that we're on, but they're getting the word out there, and they're helping us out. So I appreciate it, but a task in itself. So go on out there and follow them. Main channels are Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. There is a TikTok channel that maybe down in the future will get a little more love and attention.
Right.
But no, go out there, follow Alpha Inscriptions. Events, always a big topic, especially it's summer. Everything's flying off the handle here. Are there anything that you guys have planned or a part of that's coming up or would like to share with us?
We have two.
Ooh, I love it. Roll it on out for us.
So mine is John over at Good Life Candle and Craft.
Okay, yeah.
He just had a cash mob, and we've been pretty close with them. We've been close with them for longer, but they're right there in Ralston. And went over and did their candle pouring. And that was amazing. I learned about their happy hour. It's actually on our newsletter for this updated newsletter, because I forgot. But they have a happy hour every Thursday and Friday after 4 o'clock.
Very cool.
They serve alcohol, so drinks are half off, and they do candle pouring, wax melts, and air fresheners, and that's all 15% off.
That's really cool. Yeah, when you guys were here presenting and telling us a little bit about that shop over there by Ralston, right next to you guys.
So cool.
The fact that they do their own air fresheners that you can bring back in, have them re-scented. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of keeping things as green as you can anyway. That's a really good idea. Good on them. So John over at Good Life Candle and Craft, any particular day besides Thursday and Friday, or just show up any Thursday and Friday?
Do go this Thursday and Friday.
It's on my calendar. And then you said you had two.
Oh, I know. So, you got the 50-mile march.
Yeah.
That's a good one. People should definitely come out when come back here across the line for the march at Nebraska Brewing.
Yeah, they definitely should, because I know I was actually just at the Omaha Power Breakfast on Friday. And
really?
Yeah, I know. We didn't see you guys there at all. They weren't in the room whatsoever. But yeah, Blake Martin actually handed me a shirt on my way out of one of his little QR codes. I washed it, so it's sitting folded on in my drawer there, but I was going to bring it in for the shows here going forward until the 50-mile march to kind of give up that QR code, but I will try to put a link in the description. How about that? So if you are interested in the 50-mile march donation, check that out underneath the Alpha Inscriptions website link. Of course, 50-mile march, super awesome program. Go hang out with John over at Good Life Candle and Craft. Tell him these two fine people sent you, Jacalin and Mark Monroe, of course, with Alpha Inscriptions. About called you Aflac Inscriptions.
Yes.
Insurance on the brain.
The other day said Alpha Insurance, so.
Okay.
No, maybe it'll get more traction. It's fine.
Aflac Inscriptions. Yeah. No, it's funny too because I remember back in my radio days, Alpha Media was one of the biggest media channels. They owned a lot over in Lincoln area.
Okay.
So when I first saw your company name, I think when I very first started networking and saw it, I was like, I wonder if they work for the same company. Just an offshoot. Little did I know.
All right.
Yeah, but it's a great inscription, great logo because you can put it on anything. And how you guys market is really smart too. I really appreciate just some of the little handouts and trinkets that you have that they just make sense, especially like your guys' golf tees. I'll point out for a moment that leather pouch and golf tee loader. What a great idea for marketing. How many golf tournaments happen in the summer every single year? Phenomenal idea. So if you want in on those phenomenal ideas, you just talk to the trusted professionals across from me. They're going to get you taken care of. And now for those of us who cannot see behind the curtain and you have all these amazing things in front of it, I'm just a little curious. What's part of that job? And I'm curious from both of your guys' perspective, since you both handle a little bit different workloads there. What's part of the job that you feel never gets the spotlight or attention it deserves, but you always feel like it should?
Probably the artwork.
Yeah.
The artwork.
Same for both of us.
So the artwork is probably one of the most time-consuming portions of it. Doing the no setups and all that. And I guess education, because a lot of it is somebody will send me their logo.
Yep.
We primarily do B2B work.
Yeah.
And so people send their logo, they don't realize the logo they've been given or they purchased, they don't even have all the actual file types they would have. So a lot of times we'll have to actually redo the whole logo. And then matching the fonts to
match the colors correctly. Boy.
Because a lot of places don't have their brand kits put together.
That's true.
We're going to find that out more and more as we get into it. Your brand kit, knowing your font type, knowing which file type works. Cause you got different files for different things. Like if you're getting embroidery, it's got to get digitized. So for us, PDFs and SVGs work the best. And so you get it, and then a lot of people are using Canva these days, and they send the Canva files, but it'd be easier if they just send the link, because I can at least go try to pull it. But if you upload a file to Canva or your image, a lot of times it just comes across as a box, so we have to go in and recreate it. So we spend a lot of time doing artwork. That's where there's a trade-off to the no minimums and no setups, but we try to get proper artwork or teaching people about how to utilize their software and getting the correct artwork sent the first time has been a big thing, because it helps save us time, but it helps them understand what they have and don't have.
Yeah, plus, I mean, talking about freeing up a chunk of time there. I've got to now completely redo a logo. For those in TV land, they're rolling their eyes at me as I say that. They've never had to edit a file before that you've had to now recreate. So, been there, I've shared your pain. That's no bueno, no fun on that one. But I do think that is an interesting part to highlight in your industry, because I thought for sure it was going to be, the machines. They're super cool. But no, exactly that. Just what I thought was completely wrong. That artwork piece of it, and quite frankly, the whole reason the customers are coming to you to get that artwork onto something, that's the big piece. I really like that answer, actually. That's a really cool peek behind. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Machines are just printers. Really. Yeah. So, I mean, everything comes from your file and how that looks. So if you don't do a good job there, it doesn't look good on the product.
See, and I was waiting for you to be like, get back there. I've got 6 joysticks. I'm running the whole thing manually. That would be awesome. But
they're just printers. It's cool to watch, but the majority of it is all art, and I didn't know that until I came in.
Yeah. I'm a little curious from your side of things. After finding out that he's getting hung up so much in some of the artwork fields here, how's that been on your side of things, trying to translate that back to fix some of that issue?
a lot of it you can't really fix
Right.
on the art side because it's just problem solving. I'm actually asking him a lot, like,
It's fair.
how do you do this? Like, what do you do?
Not insane.
Yeah. Like the houses, I started tracing the houses where I'm doing the basic shapes and everything, and it takes him like an hour to do the whole thing, and it takes me an hour to do the basic shapes. So he's just like, this is great because this is like shaved off like an hour, like 45 minutes for me. It takes me 15 minutes to finish, but I'm like, sure.
That's great, though. No, I do love that it's, teaching and learning from both sides of things. And I think that is, as much as it may not feel like help, that probably is quite a big help, actually. Yeah, not having to trace all the basic stuff, going there with the fine.
Yeah.
I like that.
Try to do all the basic things and do the start of it so that you can finish it.
That's what.
It's just teaching. I mean, so when it comes to the design, I'm actually self-taught on all of it. So,
Really?
Yeah. So there's no schooling background on that. It's dig in, bought the software before I ever launched the business and started training myself on how to do it.
Man, talk about some grit to go get it, because video softwares are not fun.
Yep.
Not a lot of fun times. Neither are just editing software. So credit to you for taking the dive and actually learning that ahead of time. Because I don't think anybody's really put that forefront ahead of that. Of like, oh no, I'm going to do this. I'll have this. It's all going to be set up and fine. I don't have to run any editing program. What do you mean I have to run an editing program? But yeah, so I commend you for actually having that wherewithal, because that's a tough task. Especially coming from Diesel Mech. Diesel Mech to that. Man, creativity. That's such a wild.
There's constant training.
Yeah.
So it's all like, when you go to like Vegas, they got the different expos and stuff. You go do the continuing eds. There's always new things, jumping the latest products, to softwares, to everything else. But like coming on the trucking side, I was always at the forefront of everything. So I was constantly doing training.
Yeah.
One of the fun things, I had to play with little test trucks.
Hey, there you go.
Release, so
Nice.
Learn things on the fly quite a bit.
I can relate in radio. You had to do things on the fly quite a lot. I'm a little curious though. Is there big conferences for the laser engravings, the printing machines? Are those really changing that fast?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the machines change sometimes a couple times a year. So my lasers don't have cameras on the new ones. Come with cameras.
Oh,
Just
gotcha.
set it up on there and go. One of the difference, you start seeing the DIY lasers are becoming more prevalent. So they don't burn as clean. You can get the general thing, but they're not as on the industrial side where they get as clean or as many runs. But
Right.
looking at some of the different things. I'm looking at the next one we're looking at is going to be a lot larger.
Nice.
Lots of like full size barrels.
See, that'll be cool. That'll be really, really cool. Be able to do some really fun work with that. I'm excited to see the future on that, because I was kind of sitting here going, man, I can't think it changes that fast. But then I'm kind of drawing a parallel in my brain with 3D printers. Yeah. This must be up the same avenue of technology where it's quietly getting better and better and better and better. So I'm excited to hear some of that and see some of the new products that are potentially going to be underway after that big laser is in the scene here. Yeah. Now, Mark, we'll start with you on this answer and this question here first, but I'm a little curious, what's been one of the best moments that Alpha Inscriptions has been able to give you?
I'd say the transition from being a mechanic to kind of run my own thing. The trade-off is you get a lot less time, but made a lot of relationships out there now. Yeah. A lot of people. It's a lot of fun things you get to go do on the networking scene, I guess.
Yeah, that's very true.
I don't know, it just gave me the opportunity also to bring whatever I do, put my own work forward, and kind of show people what I can do and bring it to life.
I love it. That's a pretty great answer too, because it lets Mark be Mark.
Yeah.
I love it. Can't be any more simpler. So Jackie, how do you follow that one up? So, no, I'm just kidding. What's been something so far for you though, with your time at Alpha, that's been either just memorable or just that moment that just stuck?
One moment that's actually really stuck with me is we painted one wall in our shop blue, and first time I ever had my own shop. It was actually Easter, so it was 6 o'clock in the morning on Easter, and we had this really short deadline to get it done, and the fact that I wanted to be there painting this wall on Easter and just hanging out in grubby clothes, just jamming, drinking coffee, painting. It was awesome.
Sounds like my kind of Easter.
Yeah. And then, we finished at 9, and we both went home and had Easter.
Yeah, it's just in time.
Short window before this is the drywall guy was going to the next day, so finish the other walls, you have, and then paint the other stuff. If you want to do anything on your own, here it is. I'm all right.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go knock out a wall and, minus our bill pay. Yeah, no, I do love that. That's a really fun kind of standout moment there. Now, last question here that I've got for the professional side of things here. What is something that you want the listeners, and both of you can chime in on this one too, what's something you want us listeners or viewers to know about more, either when it comes to Alpha Inscriptions or just more about your industry in general?
Dude, so much goes into, you talk about the machines, right?
Yeah.
So you have machines, you have artwork, you have product knowledge as well. It's not just knowing the new machines or keeping up with software and artwork and stuff. It's everything. You are constantly learning new things. You're having to learn new things, otherwise you're going to be left behind.
Yeah, I get that. Mark, anything to add on that?
I guess for us, for the playing cup.
I can't.
For us, I think it's the networking and marketing.
Yeah.
We go out and network. It's time we market. We don't do a whole lot of online marketing or anything like that. So ours is all relationships. So we want to get out and meet as many people as possible. Not necessarily want to do a one and done sale. We want to build relationships. So we're out there trying to make those friendships, connections, help people, like I said, represent their brand. So we're out. And at the same time, in turn, tell people what they do, kind of spread the word. It's how the whole networking circuit works. So.
Yep. And I think I first caught your guys' name through marketing because I'm trying to think of who it was, but they were so proud of their brand new name tag that they just got. Oh, yeah. And it was actually a really cool one. I actually think it was Lee Curtis.
Oh yeah. Yep. He was one of the first ones.
Yeah, I think it was Lee. He was showing off his name tag, and I was like, that is actually a really cool design. Who did it for you? And that's how I kind of got your name, and then I kind of met you out a couple different times as the ball started rolling towards getting you on the show.
Yeah, these things have been huge. What does somebody tell me? We shouldn't even say their names. We're wearing Mark Monroe now. And we're the ones that are making all the custom tags out there.
Yeah, and it's great.
All the circuits.
It really is great. So you see these really personalized name tags, right? And then you go, all right, well, I'm going to do that for my employees at the business. Great, you start there. All of a sudden now, I need to thank you for the holiday gifts for my top performer. Oh, well, I don't know. I'm going to open this because I don't think anybody got the chance to peek at that real quick. You guys have probably one of the best setups I think I can think of. You got everything. You got a present for somebody. You've got employee appreciation. You've got marketing tactics and tools. Where's the line stop? It doesn't. That's the thing.
That's why we stay busy.
That's why it's just a laser etched line and it'll just keep getting laid in front of you. No, I do really, really like it, guys, and I really appreciate the time you've been able to kind of come onto the show and let everybody know. A, some new changes that have happened. B, you brought some products for all of us to test out. C, you got me something and you didn't have to, but I really, really appreciate it. And I think D, my very last thing is there anything else that I missed for Alpha Inscriptions that you wanted to highlight?
Other than on the website, I say we got the engraving side and we got the promotion side.
Yes, I forgot to mention the promotion side. That's all right.
Gives you the full option of all promo items, swag, gifts, and all that. So you can go in there and search. Those are the ones that have the actual minimums and stuff. So you can kind of custom tailor your searches. I say the one thing on those is you get all the promotional companies out there, we all buy from the same places. So it really comes down to a relationship.
Yeah.
Because they kind of stipulate the margins and you can adjust that on your end. And that's where we come in because we want the relationship. So we're not hitting the full dollar amount, I'm going to say right now. Everybody tells me I need to charge more, but I want the relationship.
Yeah.
I'd rather do business with you throughout, especially with times being tighter for people. Marketing is still a huge thing. So we try to make those last for them, go as far as they can.
Yeah, I think that speaks to the character of you behind the company, even because you could be raking people over the coals. You could charge them top full amount that I can, but it goes back to your counterpoint of I don't want one and done sales. That's how you get one and done sales. You charge people the max and you say there it is, that's the price, and they are not ever coming back. So I do love how you conduct business and how you guys go about your model. So again, a friendly little tip of the cap to Mark Monroe and Jacalin Fine with Alpha Inscriptions. It's time for the fun part of the show, though.
Has it been fun?
It's time for the funner part of the show. We get to pull 3 or 4 random questions here. We'll do 4 since there's 2 of you. So this side is the unasked question side. This side is the asked question side. Now you can either choose to have these be more of like a quote-unquote stump the DJ kind of question where you pose them towards me, or it can be a little back and forth for all of us. Your choice.
So round table, what are your favorite acts?
My favorite apps? I'm a big music guy, so probably YouTube Music, or I guess we're on Spotify and YouTube as well. But yeah, that's probably my biggest app. Not usually on social media that much throughout the day, so at least I try not to be.
I already know this one.
Not me.
Yeah.
Flappy Bird, I knew it.
No, it's either Spotify or YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you,
Yes.
Jacalyn?
Instagram.
Well, sometimes. You sometimes get stuck in the rabbit
Yep.
loop. You're like, well, I'm a good streak. I'm just keep going now.
You can't stop the streak because the algorithm knows, and they're like, he didn't like that. And now here's the worst algorithm you'll ever see. So I feel that.
Mine's Nook. I read a lot.
Gotcha.
So I'm on there. And Facebook, unfortunately.
Just out of curiosity, is Nook just like the digital book version of like what Audible is, but it's just not narrated? It's actually just the book.
Yeah, so like it's Barnes & Noble.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's like Kindle.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was trying to put that in my head. I'm like, it's not Audible because Audible is where it's narrated to you, but
I can't stand that.
You don't like people narrating the books to you?
I read fairly fast.
See, so do I.
The speaking is a lot. It's too slow.
My biggest problem when you listen to audiobooks is the speed, because people tend to read the chapter like this. And it's like, no, turn it up 2 notches, please. So I'm with you on the speed. But the other thing is, like, when you're listening to something that should have intensity or a character back and forth between, and they just sit there and go, Ron said to Harry, how could you? Harry said to Ron.
Yeah.
We cut. It's like, what are you doing? Like, come on now. That's my other bugaboo with that. So I digress. Yeah, it's like, give me something,
Do something just a little bit.
Yell into the aether.
So I actually used to have a podcast where I would read like fables and folklore and stuff.
And you went into the characters, didn't you? Exactly right. You just got to. I still remember this little digression here. 3rd grade, I'm sitting in Catholic school of all places. Of all places, I'm in Catholic school. The irony of this is my 3rd grade teacher is reading Harry Potter in Catholic school. Preface, this is not today's time where everything's kind of cool with everything. I'm old, so this was kind of in a time where things were not cool with Harry Potter.
That's witchcraft.
Yeah, literal witchcraft. So I still remember her like just every voice shouting the spells and things like that, and I just kind of laughed to this day. I'm like, my 3rd grade Catholic school teacher was reading us and animating Harry Potter.
It was a job.
Hey, and I think she loved every second of it. Well, one question down, Mark. What's one that you've got?
Which book dramatically influenced your life?
That's a good one. I got 2 for that. One, The Places You Will Go. By far my all-time Dr. Seuss book, because to me it's the most real. It is the most like, you're going to go see bad things, you're going to see good things. That was the most true Dr. Seuss book, I think, of my childhood, so I always appreciated it. And then the other one is probably The Great Gatsby.
Okay.
I'm a sucker. I'm a romantic at heart. But The Great Gatsby itself is just one of those stories that, man, from every angle, you almost feel bad for Jay Gatsby the whole way through. You almost do. And then you remember he's a billionaire somehow, and you don't really ever get an answer to that. And you're like, all right, he was probably not a cool guy.
We're going to have conversations.
Mm-hmm. But I also, just as a side topic for that, my high school English teacher taught us about unreliable narrators with Catcher in the Rye.
Okay.
So I asked him a question years ago about the series of unfortunate events, the Lemony Snicket books. I asked him if he was an unreliable narrator. He goes, well, I've never read the books. I don't know. So I started doing more research, rereading those books. I'm like, oh, yeah, he totally is. Like, he's telling you one thing happened in the next book, and that never happened. Yeah. So, little digression there. What about you, Mark?
Reading is more of probably a newer thing since I started the business. That's fair. I hated reading growing up.
It's fair.
Just one of those things you're forced to do, so I never want.
Yeah, I was too active. I couldn't sit still long enough usually.
Yep. But now I kind of wish I liked it more because it's like skipping steps when you do it. So, I've been mostly like business books. And,
that's fair, yeah.
Org development. There's so many good ones out there.
There really is.
Tim Grover's Relentless is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
Traction. I pulled that one off for business. There's so many different things in there.
That's a really good one.
I haven't read Traction.
I'm in the middle of Your Next 5 Moves by Patrick Bet-David. That one's pretty good. I tried doing that in an audiobook. I couldn't. Sometimes I can do the audiobooks, I just speed them up.
Yep.
But that one, I had to stop and just go back and actually read it because there's so much to unpack in it. So
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's my problem with audiobooks too. Is like if the person flies through a section where they actually need to be slow, that's horrible. But then on your point of that too, it's like, well, they're never fast enough reading those kind of books anyway. So no, I like that. Jacalyn, what about you?
I'm a reader.
Yes, you are.
So, I have a lot of favorite books, but the one that influenced me the most is probably Pride and Prejudice.
Sure.
I read that middle school. What year is freshman year?
Well, we don't need to date ourselves here. I was gonna say, my gray hair does that enough for me. Anyhow,
It was my second year into middle school, and I remember I was just like, oh, Pride and Prejudice is so dry. Like, I'm never gonna read this. My friends dared me to read it, and I'm like, sure, why not? So I read it. I'm like, I freaking love this book.
See, that was kind of my same thoughts, like the first 2 chapters into The Great Gatsby. I'm like, oh my God, this book is so dry. It's boring. I get it. It's the dirty 20s. Like, everything sucks. I get it. And nope. Nope. Great book.
But my mom was always like a classy person, and she always tried to instill that. So I read Pride and Prejudice, became even more classy. Like, I was just like, I want to be this. I want to be intelligent. I want to be classy. I want to be high class. Like, I want to be all these things. So that's actually what's influenced me my entire life.
I love that.
Yeah.
Last question from you.
What was your most memorable meal ever?
I feel like I've answered this on the show before. But
It goes here then.
it might have just been a favorite childhood meal. So it might fall into the same realm, but my most memorable one was my stepmom made brujol with gnocchi. So brujol is like I'll try my best to describe it. It's a very tender meat.
Okay.
And usually they are twined together to hold. And they bake just low and slow in marinara or whatever sauce you're going to use for that. And it just low steeps in that sauce like almost all day. Gnocchi, obviously just potato gnocchi, nothing too fancy or elegant about that. But then you add that pretty much about an hour or so, before it all ends. You kind of add all that together, get the sauces and the gnocchi working. And then by the time you're able to spoon out, and I do say spoon out the brujol, that twine is one pull away from just letting it all fall apart. So that is one of my most memorable and favorite meals.
I'd say probably it's nothing fancy. It came back, it was backpacking and scouts. So we were out in backcountry out in Colorado. And you come back, when you're done for the week, you cook steaks on the grill. But it was just a camp meal. There's nothing beats a camp meal, especially when you're on the trail and you come back, you get something else other than the things you're making out there.
Other than that.
Yeah, so it's kind of a different ball game, I guess.
Yeah.
So you're coming in there, you're like, okay, real food again, and this is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they could have been subpar steaks. I don't know, but it tasted amazing.
Could have been gray going on there, but you never know.
You never know. Maybe eat the camp food or the trail food we had. So it's definitely a good way to end the trip. But
Something about that campfire cooking just takes away all doubt that anything was bad going into it.
yeah.
Jacalyn?
I have a few, but the one I keep coming back to is a Thanksgiving with my mom, my stepdad, my brother, and his then wife. And I don't know why, but it's just most memorable.
Yeah, I like that.
It was subpar food. Like, the turkey was dry. Like,
That's what makes it.
pumpkin pie was amazing, but candy yams.
What makes it amazing, though.
I remember
It's like,
everything that was on that table.
yeah, the food is average at best, but hey, the people.
I remember there was a lot of laughing, and I think it was later than it was supposed to be.
That's how it always goes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's supposed to leave at 7. It's 11:13. Well, anyway.
Well, then you got the Midwestern goodbyes, probably.
Yeah.
And that's
No, we all live together.
Oh, then good.
I was going to say, Midwestern goodbyes are notorious in my family. It's all right. They said goodbye an hour and a half ago. Now they're actually leaving.
Well, you do that. Well,
Yep.
and then you talk at the car.
Yeah, they're talking to you the whole way out to the door to get your shoes on, grabbing everything, talking to you all the way to the car.
Oh, and then, as you're pulling out, they're like, wait, you forgot this. And then you
Yep.
talk some more.
Yep. And that's about another 15 just sitting in the car talking. So, yeah.
Wow, that's only 15 for you.
If you don't know how easy I can get out of those.
That's why I've been perfecting my Irish goodbye. Just disappear.
Yeah. You just, it's like, hey, guys, you guys need... just trail off and walk out. Yeah.
I had to look. I have to be cognizant of where he is at networking events.
Peace.
After you get that point, you're like, okay, I've done enough for the day.
Especially if we're going in the same car, because I'm like,
He's just sitting in the car waiting for you. Oh, I love that thought in my head of just you sitting out there for like 20, 30 minutes just waiting for
I don't mind the quiet.
it's
So.
been like an hour before.
Hey, respect. I've been there. Sometimes you just have enough networking. One of my last questions here for you. I got two last ones here for you. We didn't skip one, did we?
Maybe.
No.
We had one more?
I mean, I do have
It's
one.
kind
Well,
of
we got one more.
It's fine.
All right. Which celebrity do people say you resemble?
I got Jeremy Renner one time.
Yeah.
For a couple of years, I kept getting Jeremy Renner, like when he first started being Hawkeye. I was like, I think it's just because I spiked my hair. And then a little bit into radio, I kind of asked that question. I was probably a little thinner. If I didn't have my beard on, it'd probably be a little bit better for me. But I did remember asking that question on radio. I was like, what celebrity do we all represent here at the station? And then I got Rhett from Good Mythical Morning, if you guys know that show on YouTube. It's just a YouTube, basically it's a morning show. If I'm just being honest, it's a radio morning show just with a camera and a little bit more zany. So, I mean, the guy on there has hair similar to mine, but his is more like up and like way more eccentric. He's got a big caveman beard going. So I was like, okay, great. I just look like a wild man to people. Got it. How about yourselves? Anybody tell you, oh, you look like...
I do. So I actually went to California, and I think I was like 19 at the time. And this is, now I'm going to date myself. This is around Twilight. So I got a bunch of Kristen Stewart. Like, I went into an ice cream shop, and like they were whispering and stuff, and like, is that her? Is that her? And I'm like, I don't look that much like her.
And I'm also not clear in color. She almost tried that.
I was pretty pale. And I had like really dark
corrected.
hair at the time. And
You were just trying to be her doppelganger. That was it.
I went to freaking Venice Beach, and like somebody asked me if I was. And I'm like, why? Why is this happening? I don't look anything like her. So yeah. That's
I would have just rolled with it. Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
$5 would be the same trip.
Yeah, how many free food, drinks
Yeah,
you could
they
have
told
gotten?
me after. I was just like, no. They were like, well, you look like a doppelganger, so you should go around saying you are. You'll get free shit.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
That happens. We talk like adults around here. Mark, what about you?
Nothing really comes to mind, to be honest.
I'm gonna have to do work because I grew up like my grandma.
Mario. We'll go with Mario.
Oh, like Bob Hoskins Mario from the 1998.
Mario Luigi, the video game.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They made it in a live action way back in the 90s. Bob Hoskins, who was, I'm drawing a blank on his other acting part of his career, but him and John Leguizamo, I forget how to say his last name, who played Kid the Sloth, him and Mario were both, or Bob Hoskins were Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
Dennis Hopper was Koopa, like the King Koopa. Yeah.
I remember that.
Fever
I
dream.
vaguely remember
Fever
the live
dream.
action of this.
It's like Neo New York City for like Mario, but it's weird. It was very not Mario.
I can see that one though.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, we unique style. It's good for you.
If you had an Italian accent, it'd go way better, or a New York accent, even at that.
It's a little tiny.
Let's see, there we go. We just got to spice things up here. All right, my last couple questions, so I can cut you guys free. I don't take your whole day with me. I like to ask people, if I'm coming in from out of town, call you up and I go, hey, I'm going to come check out a few things while I'm here before I come see you. What do you recommend that I come see? What do you consider your Mount Rushmore that I've got to come check out?
Dumpling Empire.
What was that?
Dumpling Empire.
Dumpling Empire? I thought you said Jumping Empire, and I was like,
No.
is that like a new trampoline park or something that's here? Dumpling Empire. Okay, what am I missing at Dumpling Empire?
Fried rice.
Yeah, I love fried rice. I love fried rice.
Probably the best one I found coming from Minnesota down here. I was on a hunt for good Asian food, and that's probably the best one I found. They're newer in town, but they're definitely growing.
I'm going to have to check them out because I love Risen's fried rice. That's over on like 108th and Center. If you guys want some good fried rice, they're great. They have a really good pork belly bowl as well.
We're really bougie about this, so we're gonna judge it.
I'm not, I wouldn't recommend it to you if I didn't think you guys would like it. I'm that guy with food. I'm like, nah, if I don't think that they'll like, I'm not gonna say it.
Dumplings got little Asian ladies in the back, like, making this.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's, I'm trying to remember their names. I feel so bad. Sean is the husband who cooks. I cannot remember his wife's name, who's usually the waitress out and greeting everybody. She's so nice. So forgive me if they actually are watching. That I forgot your name. I'm so sorry. I'll give you a better tip, I guess, when I come in. Because I forgot. Oh, I feel terrible now. But Dumpling Empire, one of the top. All right. Anywhere else I should come check out?
I like Old Market. You kind of go
Old Market's great.
Sometimes it's fun to go on People Watch, so.
That's a really good one for, like, touristy things.
That is true.
It has so much.
Yeah. A lot of different
So many
little things down there.
things, yeah.
A lot of different just oddball businesses too. And I don't mean that in any disrespectful way, just oddball businesses like, that's actually a place. Yeah. So I think that's a good recommendation. Old Market, Alpha Inscriptions, Dumpling Empire. I think those are Mount Rushmore right there.
There you go.
Well, if we think of any, we can chime them in there. But my very last question here for you, I'd like to always ask here, because it's not always about us and our businesses and our own priorities here. What's something here in Omaha that you wish people just knew more about or supported more?
I met with a woman named Amanda Ilg. She works there for the Child Saving Institute.
Child Saving Institute. What does the Child Saving Institute do?
They do a lot. So they used to, and they still do, but they support fostering. They do diaper drives. They have a building that's being renovated right now where they have like families come in for like counseling and family support, and it's all about just saving children. I think some of the stuff they do is in like trafficking, like pretty much anything that you think of for children and like the well-being of children, it's what they do.
Okay, I like that. That's definitely quite an institute to shout out. Yeah. That's really an awesome one. Mark, any come to mind for you?
There are a couple. I mean, like the 50 mile march I mentioned earlier. I can't say more about that. A couple other ones I know we've done some like gifting for, and then I love their events and love what they do. Their missions is like Hedra, Outlook Enrichment.
Outlook's great. I think Outlook is really starting to get their name out there too, which is really helpful for them. Dreamweaver's another one I love. They're friends of the show as well. Dreamweaver's a great foundation.
Sammy Strong.
Love Sammy Strong.
Yeah.
I actually helped them with a podcast not too long ago.
There's so many different good ones out there. Like, and it's hard because they're all battling for attention, but their missions are amazing.
Yeah, and the other one, I'd just be digressed because they just had a golf outing, I believe, last week here at Champions, was Heart Heroes.
Yep.
Okay.
So shout outs to Heart Heroes. Do love them.
Another one.
Yeah.
Super small, Heroes Encore.
Heroes Encore. What's Heroes Encore? I haven't heard of them.
Yeah, so Heroes Encore, a little newer. They actually help veterans. They teach them how to play guitar, and they get them out there and use like PTSD and everything and that. And they actually do, I think it's Fridays, and I forget where it's at, but they have those veterans go out and play.
Oh, really
and
cool.
Use that, and then you can become a mentor with that. You become a teacher with that.
Love that.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I love that. I'll have to look into them to see if they'd be open to coming onto the show.
Yeah, we can connect it.
I love that. Yeah. We'll have to get them on the show because that sounds like a really, really, really cool part of
She's
just
super passionate about it.
Well, I mean, it just comes to mind. I'm like, that's probably a part of veterans that kind of goes overlooked a lot of just, what's a bit of normalcy to give back?
Yeah.
Music. Music's universal. So I love that. I'm going to have to definitely reach out. Appreciate the connection in advance here. That is the last of my questions here. My paper should catch fire at the end. I need like that magician's paper so I can just like do that. I know. Catch them all on fire.
We'll give him a quick shot. Corey Jensen with Corey Jensen Photography. He knows how to make paper like that. So if you want to do something, he knows how to do that. Corey, he's perfecting that, so he's working on that. So.
I love it. I'm going to mess with so many people now. I'm going to have him come on the show, and we're going to talk about it, and I'm going to be like, all right, from going forward, I'm printing it all on these papers, so I can just be like, well, that's the show.
He was working on that with some different things, the flash paper.
Yeah, that's what it's called. I could not think of the name. Yeah, that would be really, really fun. But I suppose that is all the time I've got today to keep you guys. I guess I could take your whole day if you wanted to, but I think you have work to do. Yeah, I think we all have work that we kind of do. It's Monday after all. But I did have the distinct pleasure our viewing audience to sit down with Mark Monroe and Jacalin Fine with Alpha Inscriptions. Any last words before we cut off for the show here? Well, go follow them on social medias and check out their website. It's actually in the description of this episode that you're watching right now. All you got to do is click it and order your next products today, or just reach out if you got a really fun custom item that you want done. Mark, we'll have some pictures and everything uploaded throughout the video here. We'll have the email the website to reach on out to you guys. Is there anything else that we need to include on the show for you?
Oh, now that's my squirrel. Hands went all there on earlier. Just thinking, it's Q3, Q4 time, so we got all the end of year gifts for employees, awards, all that other stuff. We'd love to sit down with you, kind of figure out what you're looking to do and help you bring it to life.
Yeah. So you want some really beautiful awards. We just might have the company in front of us to get those done for you. So, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day today to come on to today's show. And viewers, thank you for taking your time to watch today's episode. We had a fun time, and I hope you did too. But we'll always have more coming up next time right here on the UIA Trusted Partners Podcast.